to look at the first steps in creating a reliability prediction using Lambda Predict. So we've launched Lambda Predict and we've created a project called Lambda Predict. Now the next step is to create a sheet where to insert the component. So we go on prediction folio and add a prediction folio, and then we can rename it to whatever we are analyzing, and then we can start with an empty system hierarchy, or we can select a specific standard. And Lambda Predict is sold into two versions. One version that contains a single standard and another version contains all of the standard. And these are all the standards that are included in Lambda Predict. So the first option is a generic one. It is a generic project, and a generic project is the most flexible in so much we can combine parts that are referring to electronic component that could be analyzed with MIL or Telcordia or Fides or Siemens, and parts that do not necessarily relate to mechanical component, could be electromechanical pumps, motor, clutches and things like that, and we could analyze it with the standard NSWC. Obviously, if we are just considering electronic components, then we can decide which standard to use. Alternatively, we can import a bill of material. So normally it would be an Excel sheet, and we can map it according to whatever standard. So for this video, we're going to be looking at using a Telcordia to create our first analysis. So we select Telcordia, issue 3, and we click OK. And that creates the base on which to construct then our system hierarchy, so our structure of our list of components. So we can add to the next level, we can add a block, say for example, because we are interested in grouping some of the components, because that will then be quite useful for reporting and graphical output, or even if we're doing some global changes. And then, for example, we can import components from partlibrary.org, and that's a Relasoft library that is only accessible from Lambda Predict. Or otherwise, we can insert components directly. Say, for example, we want to insert a capacitor, a diode, an analog linear, and a resistor fix. And we click OK. So once we inserted our component, then we can go onto the application. We are on a property tab, and we go onto the application and a physical one, and we can then change according to the specific characteristic of the component. And once we've done that, then we can see the results at top level, or at a block if we're interested in just getting partial results. And we can then also view graphical outputs and create a report and so on. And that's it, as simple as that.